We are doing I Did It My Damn Self project. And we have our trusty assistant, Marco. We'll find something for him to do. Unfortunately, I don't have a little PPE for him, but we'll figure it out. You ready, Nadine?
I'm ready.
All right. We go through a ritual of putting on our gear. I did it my damn self bandana, and we will place it on our heads. That's so. Tie it up. We're just gonna set her up here. How's that feel?
Feels good.
Okay, so we're good. Take my ears out. The next part of the ritual, the apron has pockets in it so we can put any tools or anything that we need. All right. Have our gear, our working gear
ready.
on. Fashionistas in the house.
There you go.
Matching goggles at that, as you can see. In this area here, as you can see, we have chipped paint already. What we're going to do is, for the pieces that we want to replace, we're going to just tap it a little bit just to see if it's loose so that we can chip at it. Okay? Now I'm just going to shove underneath. Wow. Until it just comes up. So it comes up no more. That's pretty much what this is all about. We don't want to get extreme with it because then we can probably take up all the stuff on the wall. So until it just stops lightly, as you can see, it stopped. Got a little piece there, but you can still see. That's pretty much it now, as you can see. All right? Everything is still to the wall. So we're going to be doing this for a minute until we get all the pieces that are up to kind of make the area, take off all the loose paint in that area. Let's see. All right. Hard, just so that if it comes up, and you see the pieces popping off, that's why you wear your goggles, to protect your eye. You can tell when they're off because you'll see it lift up. Off that. We're going to use a metal, it's like a putty knife or taping scrape knife, a scraper. And that's being because the paint is so hard sometimes, and what happens, this helps us to remove those pieces. Look at that. You can actually get under there, but you got to be careful because this is so sharp, we don't want to take all of the paint off. So we just want to make sure that it just comes off. So we can do this lightly. Where if we use the plastic one, it'll get the initial surface. So you have to be really...
Instead of open up the cracks.
Right, but when we have cracks like this, we want to open those up.
So these won't turn into bigger cracks later on?
No, because what you're doing, you're scraping that surface off.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You're scraping that surface off.
Okay.
Sometimes you got old walls, so you work with them. The idea is that we want to minimize as much as we can.
Right.
We can get it all gone, that's perfect. Ones, okay. I have to be aggressive about it, just hit them here.
See why you recommended the bandana.
See what I'm saying?
Because, you know, who wants, chips, paint chips in your hair?
Check your camera.
I don't want paint chips in my hair.
Yes.
And what does that do again, Dre?
One over your ears to cover up the upper part of your nasal area, and then your mouth and your chin area. You can minimize the dust or the particles flying from here to protect your lungs. Squeeze that so it fits your nose, this middle part. And we're going to do a little sanding to thin the edges out so that we can put this compound on. Here, you see that it gets the paint and actually smooths it out a little bit. We have a nice little, you can see the edges getting white a little bit. Just give it a little, we have a nice little, you can see the edges getting white a little bit. How does it bring up the surface of the paint chips? This is what I like to do. It's a thorough process. So Nadine, how's your arms feeling?
I mean, this is getting a workout.
Yeah,
I feel like I need to be
Ladies.
here as a trainer.
you know, sometimes we don't like to go to the gym. This will definitely give you some deltoid muscle strength, a little, you know,
Back and
bicep work, tricep
tricep
work. You only need to do 10 minutes to go to the gym today. There is no gym work today. How about that?
And you get to do it your damn self.
We're gonna take a cloth and we're just gonna wipe down that dust here. We wanna use a dry cloth because it pretty much just wipes it down. You can wipe it down. Just wipes it down. Just to remove the excess dust so that our compound will adhere. The other reason for scraping that too is so that we can get any kind of oil, any kind of residue off the walls on the areas that we're working on, and that compound will stick to the wall.
So, I have a question.
Sure.
Is there a particular type of spackle that you would recommend for folks who don't know what we're doing, for us amateurs? What would be the best one to choose?
All-purpose joint compound, which is like it's like a paste that gets hard, and we cover holes and we cover, you know, cracks on the walls. These taping knives, we use those as an applicator to apply our joint compound. There's various sizes that we're working with on this, and you can just tell by here. It covers a lot of space. We don't need one up here because of that. We can use this one, but then we can go a little smaller for smaller spaces, as you can see. I'm going to show you how I actually put the compound on and make it smooth. Okay.
Marco, not right
All
now.
right, Marco,
Marco,
we have to work hard first before we can play hard. How about that? So pick up the ball,
get the ball.
unless you want to help us.
Get the ball, Marco. Get the
Okay.
ball. Get the
We
ball.
work hard and we play hard, but right now we're working hard, baby. You know, you're doing a cake. What you do, you mix up the frosting to get it nice and creamy. Same thing here. Same thing here. We're doing the same exact thing. You know, ladies, you know this, or bakers, you bakers out there who make the cookies and the cakes and all that good stuff, the waffles and the pancakes. And we're going to take our larger knife and we're going to apply it. When working with plastic ones, you see they have a little bevel. So you want to apply it on the side that's sharp, because that's the side that goes on the wall. It's like, if you feel it, there's a sharp side on one side and it feels real soft, like it's beveling off. You want to apply the compound on the sharp side. So now, I take my whipped compound and I apply it. Gotta make sure I know what's right. As so. As you see, I'm putting a little bit here, a little bit there, and a little bit here.
How do you know it's enough?
You don't.
Okay.
You just put enough that you can work with.
Okay.
Because you can always go back over this.
Okay. Wow.
You apply a little pressure and come across. A little pressure and you come across. You apply a little pressure up here. So you still have some here, so you want to apply some. You want to come back over, you want to apply it. You want to come back over. But you see the smooth, you see how it gets smooth?
Yeah.
And you see it's here? The more that you lay down, you apply more. So the further I go down, the more I apply. As you can see those bubbles there, but that's okay because you can always go back through them. And it's a feel that you get, see? Talked about width and here is because if I use a smaller one, look what happens.
Yeah.
See the line?
Yeah.
So to cover the space, you want to use one that's around the width of that space so that you don't have to do those lines. But this piece I have here, I want to put it right there. So I want to just cover that space right there. Cover that. This way to kind of bring it down a little bit. You have to do a lot of work. You never want to be in the middle because you see the lines.
Yeah.
So you want to start from the edge where there's no cracks.
Well, I saw a spot here, which is why I went down here.
That's fine.
So
And just go
I'm
back
going
all
in
over
here.
to it. Yep. You want to go here. And when you see that you have streaks going on, you just want to do it. And it's a light feel. You just feel it out.
Okay.
You know, we just want to feel it out. So you
Okay.
can see I'm doing this. I'm just cleaning it off.
Okay.
Because I don't need any more. I just want to ship this out here. I might need a little more down here, so I'll go right here. And then I'll just fill it out.
Got it.
Remember, you don't have to be Picasso. You just want to make sure you cover those edges on the side. See? You want to cover the tracks.
Okay.
You know? You
Okay.
can cover the tracks a little bit. And that way, we can say, okay, we let it dry. We could sand it a little bit. And we see it, and we feel it. It feels smooth. Because when you put a paint over it, believe it or not, you sometimes don't even see it afterwards.
Okay. This right here, I noticed the cracks right here, so I'm gonna go in there and try to smooth it out.
Okay, let's see what you do. Stay close to that, right there. There you go. Nice. Okay. Once you do that, you're going over here. There's nothing here.
Okay.
So come back over here with your angle high.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. Go low.
Okay.
Got it.
Great.
That was perfect.
That's the key.
That's the key. So that when it does dry, it might just flush with the paint.
Okay.
So that when we do go sand and give it a light sand, we'll have a smooth finish.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't use gloves because I like to feel and see if my surface is smooth. So use this also after we've done putting the compound. Circular motion around the perimeter. Can you see the lines disappearing?
Yeah.
All right.
There's a line that I'm trying to get into.
Don't get into it. You want to keep it consistent.
Okay.
All the way around so it feels like you get a flat surface.
Yeah.
Very light. Remember the edges is what we want to, when you pierce on the, now run your hand across it. All across it. What do it feel like?
This down here feels fine. It's just up here is a bit.
And that's where you go. That's where you do it. Yeah. When we're working with sand blocks, there's coarse and there's fine, there's medium. And coarse is usually when you have a really rough surface and you're trying to clean it off or sand it. The fine is when you're trying to do a finish. You want to finish smooth edge. Previously, went and got the paint, took a piece of the paint chip and went to Home Depot and matched the paint. That's how you paint. You put it in and then you roll out the excess. And your first coat is always very light.
Really?
Because and the reason being, you want it to dry quick.
Okay.
You can see you have no more, what? Paint chips.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about how you feel about this project now that you've had some assistance in fixing this wall.
One, I don't think I'll do a project by myself again. And two, this is really amazing. I mean, we started earlier today, and to see this entire wall transformed, I mean, it's completely transformed and it's smooth. It looks brand new. Well, you know, it's an old wall, so it's not going to be perfect, but it looks great. I'm really, really happy, and we did it in a few hours.
In this whole process, did you get anything new out of it?
Oh, absolutely. I learned a lot. I mean, starting with spackling. I clearly was spackling wrong. I mean, look at the dent in the wall it's now virtually gone. And before you could see that there was a dent in the wall. And that was after I spackled. So clearly I learned something new and the better way to do it. Going forward, if I ever have to spackle again, but the one thing that I learned is that I'm not going to do it by myself again. If I did this could be like a couple of days. So,
See that you actually repaired the wall. What are you going to say?
I'm going to say, I did it my damn self.
For joining us at I Did It My Damn Self. We'll be back with another project. it's time to play. We worked hard, now it's time to play.